Let me start by orienting what we talk about probability technical success. This should be fairly familiar for those in the pharma industry, but for those in other industries, I want to make sure we're oriented well here. So Lilly calls this probability of technical success. Other companies call this probability of success, or in the pharma industry, some call this probability of technical and regulatory success. We essentially have multiple stages of drug development that a molecule has to go through, from becoming a molecule that we want to take into the clinic to test in humans, to ultimately regulatory approval and get to the market. So what we are assessing in our case here at Lilly is, for each of those stages of drug development, we're assessing what's the probability that the molecule makes it through each of those stages. The reason we do that, and Jay can talk about a lot of the history here at the origins, is to inform both project decisions and portfolio management. So from a project standpoint, in some cases, this can inform sort of stop or go decisions at these various stage gates. Certainly, if we're looking to acquire or in-license an asset from externally, it can inform, do we want to proceed and do a deal here or not? And then often, if it's not informing, or the decision is to go, it still may be informing, how do we go forward? What are the technical risks that we need to think about moving forward into drug development? And then at an aggregate level, as we do this across the portfolio for all of our projects in drug development, these assessments help inform sort of the overall health of our portfolio, everything from, are we going to meet the goals that we have around launches, to our risk and reward balance, to prioritization. So used across the board, from individual project decisions to broader portfolio management. A little bit about the how. So at Lilly, we break things up into our assessments into 4 phases. If the asset is sort of about ready to enter the clinic to start human testing in what we call phase 1, before then we would have a phase we call preclinical, and we'd assess the probability of first human dose, so probability of being able to make it into clinic through some tox studies. Then we'd go phase by phase, and these would be conditional on meeting the critical success factors in the previous phase. So the next one we would call probability of getting to first efficacy dose, or the start of phase 2, given this fact that we started phase 1 or hit first human dose, and then so on. For phase 2 would be probably first registration dose, given we met first efficacy dose, and then phase 3 and regulatory review would be our last. So this would be the probability of actually launching, given that we started the registration studies. To do this, and I'm going to go into some depth here in a few minutes on a few of these key factors, but first we need to understand, what are the hurdles? How do we define success? What are the studies we are running? What's the bar that is being set? Again, I'll go deeper into this here in a second.